Okay, guys. So, we are going to the trial. Let's do this. I've got my drink beside me, so like, I low-key might go quiet for a few seconds, but okay. Karma. Karma, what did I do? That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. Is that who we're going against? He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He's a god of prosecution. Right, a god. I don't know about that. Not a single case. He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Geller alike, because I'm pretty sure that's like what they both do, no? Well, sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. Okay, maybe that was a bit mean. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. Wait, does he actually forge evidence? Why is he not, like, taking his badge away? Can you tell me what it really needs to prosecute? What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. I don't feel like he's that vicious. Ugh. So is he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty. What a creep. Literally. Oh wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years. He is ruthless as me. Times 20. I'll say you just said 10. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia. Amaya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. I feel like we shouldn't depend on her for me all the time. What if we just have her? Like, yes, Mia would be helpful, but like, what if we just have her? I can't. Sorry, I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? Oh my god, she said she couldn't reach. Stop trying to force her to reach. I think it's because I haven't been in training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. Look, I think Phoenix is really like, almost... This is making me a little mad, because why is he depending on her for Mia when we could win the case without Mia because we've learned so much from her? And Maya will be just as much help. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. I'm kind of scared now. Because the way they're explaining it, he is scary. Court is on session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, girl, he's scary. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here if I were not completely prepared? Okay. But right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. He's got me a bit scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how it goes. Describe the incident now. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Like, obviously. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Ooh. Okay. Testify to the court about the arrest, now. Wait, Mr. Von Karma. Yes? Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Ew, that little finger wave. Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No! Stand your ground. No, he's not. The arrest of Edgeworth. Okay. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. My goodness. I see very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now. Who does he think he is? Okay. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. A man? You received a call from a man? Yep. But you said there was a woman camping there? She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? Objection. Like, you always want to put in your 2 cents out of nowhere. That woman and a man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously. Oh, I didn't know that. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today I've summoned the woman who was camping. The woman who was camping, lot of heart. What happened next, detective? Well, we headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. Was it that fast? How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is get there quick. Can you not ruin the fun? Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Is that really a secret? I look forward to your next year's salary review. What the hell? So much to look forward to these days. This is no time for dejected daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir. He's messed up. That's when we found Mr. Edgeworth. I'm confused. Where was he? What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Here we go. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. Okay. Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Oh my god. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting, poppycock. What is that even word? I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force. Oomph. Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good. Yes, he does. Continue now. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. Wait, I actually want to question about that. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well. The court accepts the bullet into evidence. Okay. So we have to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Was Mr. Edgeworth holding a gun? Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon on the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol. Detective Gumshoe. That is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right. Sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. Was it though? Okay, wait. Let's take a look around here. Can we actually see if the pistol matches the gun? The evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement. Okay, so apparently it didn't. Look, I thought it did. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ack. He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. Well, I think it was his understudy, you know? There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. Well, that's not good. What? That is terrible. Order, order. So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. Okay. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective? Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking. Do you imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings? Okay, like... Nick, he's glaring at me. Well, I don't know what to do there. Tisk, very well, explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol which, as you may recall, was recovered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Well, shucks. Okay. Order. Order. This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. I believe he didn't do it. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However... Dude, don't... You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I'm somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge... Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess now? But wait, Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Oh my goodness. Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? Yeah, do we really need a recess? It just started. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. So did he do it or not? Like, tell me. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh? How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya. Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh. Sorry. It's no good. Ugh. Like, I don't know why he wants her to just turn to Mia so bad. What's so wrong with just her? I know. I'm not good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? No, girl. We need you here. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? She is helping. It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Aw, everyone has their off days. I meant, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Really? Whoa, right. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. Whoops. So sorry, girl. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at the university? That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw that night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Y'all need to learn some manners. Literally. Understand? Yeah, I understand. I understand. Very well. Your testimony, please. Okay, let's see. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. Hold on. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing out in the lake but that boat. So then what was the first bang? Enough. Huh? Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accept it as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. His, little sprite thing is so scary over there. Order. I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately. As a witness testified, she looked up the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. I don't know about that. Order, order, order! I will have order. Well, Judge, the evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant. No, we're not doing that. But wait, Your Honor, I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? Yes, that's quite literally what I do every time. We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in your testimony? Contradiction! Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder to ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then, I will have you held in contempt of court. What does he mean? Contempt of court, you know. I guess I understand. Well, what are you gonna do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? Yeah. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah. I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I'll cross-examine the witness. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. It's never a waste of time, so don't mess with me, guys. This whole court's making me mad. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. Wait, so then was it Christmas Eve? Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes. I know you want to find contradictions, but really? I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. Yeah, I guess, but I was in my car. Oh, let's press on that. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. It doesn't really. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? Here we go. What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait, now, I'm the one who says that. Well, then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. Literally. I heard this bang come up from the lake. So, you weren't looking at the lake at the time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise. Oh my god, she said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. Girl, let me do my thing. Irk. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Okay. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Press further, girl. Wait a second. I wasn't asking about the photo. I was asking you if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course. Did you, though? The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Oh, he is. Then there was another bang. Okay, why was there two? Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Von Karma, I think I hate you. You try to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? I hate him too. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Okay. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. I'm impressed, you. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Can I finish my sentence? Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained! Yes, of course. The judge is such a pushover. Oh, great. Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But Your Honor, you keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I am afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Nick, Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know, but if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. I really don't think he's like... Who said that? Who was that? It was me. Maya. Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? Ooh. You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea of treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgeworth. Did you though? Enough, Judge. Declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave. No. What did I do? Not my fault. Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Exactly, girl. Ha. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Exactly. Order. Okay, I'm getting really tired of reading out orders. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. No. Don't do it. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. And if you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya. Well, thank you. I really wish you were here by my side, though. I kind of need you because I'm scared. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I better find a contradiction in here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Trying, oh my goodness. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Was it? That's it? Uh-oh, I don't know if I can find anything in that. But I can squander Maya's efforts either. Okay. Well, what about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can. Mr. Wright, I have to assign you a penalty. Like, I hate this saying. Girl. Okay. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. She saw Mr. Edgeworth. But how? You can't even see him in this photo. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart, finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So, this picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it cannot capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Got you in a corner, girl. Mr. Wright has a point. But whenever I have a point, always wants to bring me down. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart. What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could, and I meant it. I could. Then please testify as the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague tastes mode. So am I allowed to question? I think that was the rule, right? No questioning? You're right. It was a cold night, and the fog was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See, no problem. I have a huge problem. You use binoculars? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. Am I allowed to question? Probably not. You're right. It was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up the camera, I got back in the car. Can I actually look at the evidence? Okay, she set up the camera. Okay. She's like, girl, let me go back in my car. Okay. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Did you know? But why? She wanted to see that monster, I knew it. She said I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. Can I present this? Is that possible? Nope. Okay. Let me see my progress real quick, because I'm about to die. Let's save this stuff right now. I'm going to question. I want to see if I can, like, can I press? So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types never find a gal where I'm from. Defense attorneys have trouble with that, as it is. Nobody loves me. So I can question. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Your camera? Yeah, it's gone automatic. The issue we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. Oh, he's not letting her answer any of my questions. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday, you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? Exactly. I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? I think it's take pitch of Gordy. The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain, literally. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with the line of questioning. But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Of course. This is a make or break it time. The camera's utmost importance, Your Honor, is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Maybe. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Okay. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited for stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight, Har. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. Now wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edworth? Grrr. No, unnecessary comments, please. We're sorry. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked at my binoculars. Okay, she has a new statement. My camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. It looked like you're trying to take a picture of Gordy, girl. Like, why is this game not letting me do that? Let me tell her how it is. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Okay. Wait, it says when loud noise is detected. And meteors aren't loud. You're photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Oof. But also, like, shooting stars aren't loud. Unless I'm completely wrong. Maybe they are loud. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Your Honor, take a look at this. This is what Mr. Hart was trying to photograph at the lake. The Gordy article, girl. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gord Lake. Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I don't have proof. Well, I don't have proof. I never have proof. Bah, your ineptitude is entertaining, Mr. Wright, but enough is enough. I've had enough of baseless claims made without a hair of evidence to support them. Girl. Well, alright, if that's how you want to play, I'll show you evidence. Mr. Wright, are you sure about this? I'm sure sick of that smarmy prosecutor putting me down. Or did he taunt me so I'd get mad and make a mistake? Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. What is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy the lake monster? The proof was... the camera. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noise, correct? Thus, this photograph here taken with a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. You know, I kind of assumed that from the start. If the game would have let me. Order. Order. I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart? You were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just use this, yeah, is nothing more than the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Don't say that to her. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Exactly. Okay. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. It was looking right at that boat the whole time. Crossed my heart and hoped to fry. Okay. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Can I just do my thing? The witness testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or photographer has no bearing on this case. There's no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. Well, I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because why? Was there a contradiction? Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in your mind. Ha! That would be a first. Excuse me? Haha, very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there's no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I'll announce my verdict at the time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. I understand completely. Okay. She has a new statement for us. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. Why'd you let us? Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. I'm an investigative photographer. Okay. An investigative photographer? Yup. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures of my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. A UFO? You know, an identified flying object? A UFO. That's when I had sort of a revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career. Because what's a UFO? Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. We already have a picture of it. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah, they even had him up on the TV. I'm not sure that appearing on the local news Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey, they also had a picture from the newspaper for real. Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we? Yes, Your Honor. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera? Yep, borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yep. So how many pictures has it taken so far? The only time the camera triggered was at night. Okay. But that's all I was hiding. Is that... I think it's time you told us what you felt like you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah, second-rate shutterbang bugs trying to steal my scoop. Ah. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? But, well, actually... Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case. Whatever you say, Von Karma, I know you told her to keep quiet. Exactly. When I heard the bang, I looked I looked right straight at that lake. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. Okay. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. There wasn't much else to look at? Yep. I don't know. If she heard a bang, then she thought Gordy was out there. Kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. Okay. Let me say... So she's like, there wasn't much else to look at. Let me actually say my progress. Because if you guys can see my health right now, it's not looking good. She's like, there wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. I don't believe so. I feel like she would have been looking for, like, Gordy, right? Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree, any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You want to give this boat a second thought. Exactly. Order, continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Exactly. Well. Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, it could be a witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof. Still, we can't see who was shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Oh my goodness. Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Oh my goodness. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. Was she going to enlarge it? She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who was shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality it might, but should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth or worse. What should I do? Make her show the enlargement. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why was that enlargement not been presented to the court? But because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. Oh. What's the meaning of this, Von Karma? Miss Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. Show us it. The prosecution objects to submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. So nothing again. We still cannot see who was firing in this. Exactly. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Okay. Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. and little good it has done to any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. I guess. Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness? What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. It's not. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo. Oh, that's a left hand. That is a left hand. They said his right hand fingerprints were on this gun. That's a left hand. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Guys. We have to show their evidence. Actually, wait. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Oh, it's so obvious. Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Right here. Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence the hand contradicts is this. The gun. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I ate that up. I ate that up. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You have given us definitive proof today. We know now that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people in the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? The victim himself. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Exactly. Order, order. So you are saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. Here we go. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance of which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. There is no way it could have been suicide. Very interesting. Order. Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Autopsy report updated in the court record. My goodness. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. This court is adjourned. See, we did pretty good. We got through it. Like, I almost died, but... Ooh, that was a close one. Hey! Do you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but... What happened out there on that lake, anyway? If you didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look. I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh, right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Hello? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with the thanks, Edgeworth? Literally. I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Lotta's deposition added to the court record. Okay. Guys, this was a really good, episode today. Well, that is the end of today. Tomorrow there will be an episode, yes. It will probably be the last for a while. Yeah. Hope you guys have a great day. And you know what? You guys need to check this game out if you haven't already. So that's all I have to say. I'll see you guys later. Bye.